Yamadishe na kwa baba Vibe Africa kasi so mediane obanhimana na ama asanto wansama ya boabo ano ne de bedan abefotefo ene adofo enyina feje breti nsam ni munchemu ankasa kwasi prate ena nei wodi nsem bi abetu eja na nesi wodi abetu eja nyina no fa NDC amenyuko Haruna Idrusu ene NDC MPs wonum eho na wose Haruna Idrusu NPP NDC MPs womu ye the most useless MPs in parliament here tesa wodi womu ho kura wonte ase wose nyema bia na nsentem wonum ye womra shebedwafie enti ene nei wodi atoja se wonum nyansa bia sabe ni womadwemu a womu betumi di agento to aba mo man no timi esipi esita na senti akwasi plate e de sansemi etudwa no yenkoti nchemu na yema.
This one says NDC is the most useless, and useless is in quote, political party in Ghana according to Kwesi Pratt. He explains that it is the most docile and ineffective political party in Ghana's history. He thinks he cannot understand why
he thinks the party is too soft.
Yes. Despite having a significant number of representatives in parliament, have been resting on it all while giving the incumbent government a failed day to inflict unbearable hardship on Ghanaians. So that's his reason of labeling the party as the most useless. That they are not doing enough to keep this government on its toes. But is it really true the NDC is a docile party and I think they are doing awesome. Just that under some circumstances when you feel they have to really follow this through, then they give up. For example, the e-levy. Right. I am sure if they had not worked out on that day, the NPP could not have used their numbers in parliament.
Miscalculation?
Yeah, I think so. But in fact, they had really kept this government on it toes till that last moment.
Right.
Because they said, oh, we want it at this point. They said, no, we are not giving it to you. Because
quick question though, which party do you feel is more vociferous in opposition, the MPP or the NDC?
Wow, I have to go back into time.
Maybe we'd have to reflect on that to really find out whether Kwesi Pratt has a point or not.
Maybe.
So, what do you think though about the Ejapa deal being revived? I mean, there's been talk of it in recent times, and we've heard the finance minister also wade into that, talking about the fact that yes, it's in the offing, we'll bring it back, and it's a good thing. You don't throw away good things. What do you think?
I'm going to speak based on what I've asked experts and what they've told me. I spoke to a lecturer at the KNUST at UMAT when this issue came up.
Right.
And he said the plan itself is good. He thinks that it's been long overdue on how we've not been able to monetize our royalties in the mining sector. And so this presents us a clear path as to how we want to do it.
Right.
But he thinks that the education on it should be more so that we can all buy into it. So based on what he said, it looks to be a good thing, but I'm sure the modalities as to how we want to do it is what we have to.
But the same Ejapa thing was taken kind of like reminiscent of the e-levy. It was taken to Parliament and it was jettisoned. And there were so many things. I mean, do you recall the civil society groups and all of that against it, because it appeared this was going to be something that would benefit a few, though it was said that it was our mineral royalties, being put into this so that we all can benefit. But certain names and certain places and all of that raised a lot of questions to the extent that civil society almost en masse went after this. So the question is, what has changed? Because even if you recall, just to add, there were those in the minority and others who said that no matter the framing, when you bring this, we are not for it because the whole concept does not work.
See, the problem about solutions in Ghana emanating from government is the transparency. The lack of transparency of the solutions makes it attract all of this opposition. Because, for example, if you want to monetize our royalties, what sort of consultations went into it? Because I'm sure these CSOs, which are in the energy and natural resources space, could have really been of help. Because I've read a lot of things from these, I don't want to mention any name, but people have given out a lot of things on how we can better monetize our royalties. So could we have gone about it differently? Could we have That because you realize, even with e-levy, it got to a point where there was so many opposition. That's where we started to do nationwide
the town halls
engagement.
Right.
Why couldn't we have done that before? So for example, why couldn't we have engaged widely for us to get the best of ways to go about it?
And I think as well, when these engagements are done, which should be done prior to, tabling it in Parliament and all of that, you should gauge the temperature of the country. And if the people say, we don't like this, I feel governments should comply. But it appears, whether it is, that they sort of backtracked and then came back with it later. But I feel that sentiment ought to be respected, and sometimes I don't see that. I think you should respect what the people want. After all, what you're doing is in the interest of the people.
Yeah.
You are serving them, and if they say this is not the road
but sometimes there's a caveat. For example,
no, I'm not saying all the time.
Okay, good.
It cannot be all the time.
Because as a father, you tend to understand that if I do this for my kids, it would help them. But children would try to oppose it from at the beginning. But if you are true, or you are truthful about what you're doing, and you believe in the outcome of it being in the interest of your children, you go ahead and make sure you do it. So I'm thinking that yes, we as
and bear the consequences if it goes awry.
Exactly.
Bear the consequences if it goes wrong.
Yes.
Right.
So they who are proposing this, as long as they believe in it, they should go ahead and do it. If it goes right, it is to your benefit. If it goes wrong, it is to your disadvantage as well. So I feel that yes, sometimes if you want to go about doing certain things, we will complain. Because of course, if you tell me that you want to go and give my 1,000 cedis to someone when I need the money, obviously I'll complain. But if only you are convinced about it and you believe in your convictions, go ahead and do it. And then when it goes well, we'll praise you for it. Like e-levy, they've done it, haven't they? We are watching how they are going to use the revenues that accrue from that. If they don't manage it well, we'll show them when 2024 comes. If they manage it well, then Ghanaians will say, okay, well, you used it well, so we'll applaud you. But if you don't, we'll pay you back.
Let's get into the next paper.
Well,
which one? Ghanaian Publisher.
Exactly.
Right.
There's a story here. It says, I stepped down as MP after breaking the fall at Ayasu West Wugon, Chief of Staff says.
Okay.
Is on page 7. Is that the Chief of Staff, Akosua Frema Osei Pare, has disclosed the reason she opted out as Member of Parliament for Ayasu West Wugon constituency after serving 2 terms. Speaking in a yet to be aired interview on Joy FM's personality profile on Thursday, Mrs. Osei Opare said she declined to contest again because she had broken the myth surrounding the inability of incumbent MPs in the constituency to go past the 4 terms, the first term.
Right.
I hope most MPs will do this. You set a target for yourself. When you go, when you say, okay, I want to show people that I can do this, immediately you do it. Just say, okay, I'm not going in again. Let other people also come. But some of them will wait until they are disgraced at primaries, and that thing, I think a lot of them should take a cue from what the Chief of Staff did there.